You do take a literal understanding, for example, the Millennium reign. How do you see that? Now, a lot of people in history have said, well, that's the church. They're talking about the millennial reign is the start of the church in the 1st, 2nd centuries, and it's kind of going on still today until Christ returns. Whereas specifically the millennial reign is not that at all. If you read Revelations, it's talking about a specific time when Christ returns to earth in the second coming. It establishes 1,000 years. That's not 2,000 years. That's 1,000-year reign. And then the devil was let loose again. So these are specific things in Scripture. So I think what's happened is the church, the Catholic, Protestant, have been embarrassed by these kind of things, and they don't know what to make of it.
Okay.
But in fact, what the people do today is they say, well, it hasn't happened yet. It's going to happen. And that's when the rapture comes in, and the pre-tribulation, post-tribulation.
Listen, the millennium was taught by the early fathers as a literal millennium of 1,000 years. It will take place in the future. Some Christians were talking about it as a time when you'd have banquets with wine and grapes and lots of food. No, like a great big kind of like party, right? So
big ballroom. This is like the final meal again. This time with
this is different. I know what you're getting at. This is
what I've been told.
Yeah, sorry. It's like I'm talking about this, but it'd be like 1,000 years of eating, drinking, and being merry, right? And a lot of the fathers said, "Hey, this isn't what it is. This is like too carnal. This is not. This is we're talking about a spiritual period here, a literal 1,000 years." So many fathers, so many fathers reacted against the millennium because of the way some people were describing it. Other fathers, like St. Augustine, said, no, this is not going to be 1,000 years in the future. It's going to be another time. And the mainstream of the Catholic Church have tended to go with Augustine and said it's not going to be 1,000 years in the future. However, the Church hasn't made a definitive statement. It's just warned against a view of it where Jesus will come back physically to reign on a throne, say in Jerusalem, the whole world. There's not going to be that physical reign, but the spiritual reign of Christ in a literal 1,000 years is not ruled out. Okay, so that's our position.
They don't believe it's physical. He comes back again.
That's right. That's what we rule out: a physical return. But only that. That doesn't rule out a millennium as such. You know what I mean? That doesn't rule out a possible 1,000 years in the future where Jesus reigns invisibly. Okay.
Right, yeah.
Because after all,
kind of similar to the Jehovah's that believe that he stays in.
Those guys have taken their views from all over the place. They can have whatever views they want.